We are going to be writing algebraic expressions and identifying the different parts of those expressions. So this tells us that Raj is 3 inches taller than Howard. So I know Raj is taller. He's 3 more than Howard. So Raj should be bigger. And we do not know how tall Howard is at this time. So Howard is H for his height. And we're going to write an algebraic expression to represent Raj. So we know if this is Howard, Raj is 1, 2, 3 inches more. If Raj was 60 inches tall, if Howard was 60 inches tall, Raj would be 1, 2, 3 taller. He would be 63. We do not know what Raj is right now, but we do know, Howard. Keep mixing up their names. We know Howard is H, and we know Raj is 3 more than Howard. He is not 3 times bigger than Howard. He is just 3 more. So see if you can finish that one here. Number 2, it says that Marcus has 4 times the sum. So when I hear sum, I know that I'm adding the sum of 6 and the number of marbles David has. We're going to let D represent David. So the sum of 6 and David. So whatever David has, Marcus has 6 more, and then 4 times that. So if I'm just starting with this first part, the sum, when I'm hearing that word sum, that tells me I've got to do that first. I've got to find that addition problem first. So I want to put parentheses around that. So I'm doing 6 and, right, I'm doing this and this, putting them together, and means to add, 6 and David. So whatever David has, I need to add 6 to that. Then I'm going to times this whole thing by 4. So there's a couple ways we could write that. So we want to put that in front and use it as a coefficient. 4 times this. So first I need to know David. Once I know David, I need to add 6 more. Once I've added 6, then I'm going to times by 4. So you could also do 6 plus D or D plus 6, and then I could times it by 4 that way. But using that coefficient just simplifies that a little bit. So we always want to put that coefficient there when we are multiplying. Just when there's no symbol, it means I have 4 of these. Okay, so for 3 and 4, we are going to write these out as what they mean. So write the algebraic expression and find any coefficients that they have. So quotient means to divide. T divided by 13. So T divided by 13. So here we have T over 13, or we could do T divided by 13. So lots of times when we do T's, we kind of put this little tail to show it's a T, not a plus sign. And how many, so I still have a coefficient. It might not look like it, but I do. So our variable is what? Our variable is T. How many coefficients how many T's are there? Just 1. There is 1 T. The coefficient is 1. So even though we can't see that 1 and we don't need that 1, we know there is 1 T. Okay, so this time the product means to multiply G and 2. So the product of G and 2. So we're going to do this first and then add M. So when we're hearing sum and product, difference, quotient, that means you want that first. You want the answer. Then you're going to do something else. If it just says plus M, you're doing that after, or it doesn't matter when you do it. But right, this wanted the sum. It wants that first, parentheses, then do the rest of it. So we want the product of 2 and G. So 2 groups of G. We're going to write that as 2 G's plus M. So now this one I could put parentheses around 2 and G, 2 times G. But I don't need to because I'd have to multiply first before I add it either way. So I could, but I don't need to on this one. This one, don't need parentheses because there's just one thing to do. This one, I have to put parentheses because you have to do 6 and D first, plus D, then times. If I don't have those parentheses, I would have to do 4 times 6 first, and then just add D on, and that's not what it asked for. So now our coefficients, so how many G's do I have? We have 2 G's. How many M's do we have? We have 1 M. So we have those 2 coefficients. So as you're writing these, you've got to think about what do I want them to do first? Put that in parentheses, then finish your expression.